Man can build his ships of steel to leave the earth for open skies, then plan to lead a journey forth in tongues that speak through gilded wires, with counterfeit bodies hoisted above and buoyed forth on crafted wings, whose airmen lead these stalwart crafts on tactical paths for expedient means. Then astronauts blast from skies to heavens to further their missions for science and fame, and reach the realms of myths bespoken by history's scholars of more fanciful reigns, to fulfill a mission plotted and leavened to garner credentials for their earthly praise, and complete a cycle from start to finish without touching the essence of nature and being. But as man evolved to lead the land with outspread digits and a voluminous mind, and then stood erectly upon two legs to guard his home from his enemy's surprise, the birds betrayed an unwavering duty and morphological faithfulness to a primordial past, to enrich the space over oceans and land, as nature's gatekeepers of its subsequent expanse. As starlings will murmurate in dazzling reenactments of chemical processes viewed as fractal scenes, flamingos will flock as a nepenthe to depression, like iterations of postcards where they festively preen, while owls will flutter along the night walker's path with a peculiar fixation upon the person and his fate. The eagles must soar above earth's trivial and the maudlin with their natural command of its executive space. Though by and by the dragonfly darts as if riding a feeling or a melody in the breeze, like a whim-wham in the forest to banish the megrims or to divine a trinket hidden in the leaves, to hover about as with naive anticipation of a majesty of chords to the accompaniment of strings, forever dancing without profundity's yearning, in the changeable air without purposeful need. As the cicadas will hum in a personal wuthering, as if to presage the thoughts that enliven one's way, the night time is made festive by the anthemic caroling of their brethren's voices that resound from the shade, like the cheerful carousings of the venerated dandies who perform to the soundtrack of this theatrical play, in a frivolous homage to this orchestral gloaming as the cascading lights reveal their luminous sage. While the gnats must pester their unfortunate hosts like a fury of clouds that descend from the sky, and as the squirrels can scamper amongst perilous limbs with web-like arms that propel them to glide, though the fish can make a leap from their watery graves to expand their dimension for a fleeting surprise. These actions can merely pale to the purview of what is seen by the birds and the poets from on high. As the poet is searching the most appropriate ways to find expression in a feeling or the contemplative deep, while the envious dimwit will scan his words, not for complexity's beauty, but for a semantic misdeed. Steadfast in thought, he will sit at the word, oblivious to deadlines in the pursuit of his goal, until he catches the breeze of wanderlust's yearnings, while his wings compel him to the creative unknown. Thus he never truly knows as he sits at the word or a gaggle of thoughts written freshly on a page, as on the wings of a bird in the pursuit of his goal, he is swept off the ground that bears his creative malaise. For the dreams of the poet seek a streamlined fitness like the forms of nature found in art nouveau scenes, where the reward of his efforts is the journey of creation, and its wisdom bespoken as an epithet in the breeze. Then the poet will rest from his contemplative wanderings, to seek shelter on the pillow, to renourish his being, where his spirit will be freed from the entanglements of burden, until his will leaves his body to exalt in being free, to fly with abandon over valleys and mountains to the unknown destinations in the place of his dreams, until his essence is renewed in the delightfulness of novelty by what only the birds and the poets can see.